Welcome back to another Tilted Knot video. In this video, I'm trying something out to help with reducing the echo that I have in my office when I'm doing the voiceover recording for my videos. I'm hoping this is going to work. I will give an update on the next video, let you know if it appears to make a difference. And it's something that's actually quite simple, something that you can do yourself. And I hope it gives you an idea of something that you can think about with whatever you're doing. If you're doing content creation, if you're doing something just to help reduce some of the echo in the home, this is fairly inexpensive. I believe altogether I spent maybe $60 in materials. I'm using pine for for the framing of it, and then I'll show you the material that I'm using further into the video. I did forget to hit record, so part of the beginning is non-existent, but the rest of it is there, and you'll see what I'm doing. But thanks again for watching, and let's get into the video. I started out with making sure that the face is the proper width and height for the panels that I'm going to be using. I probably overcomplicated the entire thing with using a mitered face as well as mitered corners. I wanted to have a nice clean face, and I didn't want to see the end grain on the face or on the sides of the panels that I'm going to be putting up. The canvas that you see that I used to cover the soundboard was attached using spray adhesive and just simply glued in place. And now it's time to get the face glued up. I'm using painter's tape just to hold everything in place. And then I'll be adding a brad nail into the corners just to secure it while the glue dries. Once the glue had a time to set and cure, I can go ahead and get the slats put on. This is just going to break it up, give a little bit of a texture or pattern or whatever you want to call it. And I'm using pocket screws to secure these in place because you're never going to see them once I have the panels installed. With this part finished, I can set these aside, give the glue some time to dry and cure, and then start planning the rest of the frame that will encase the panels going in here. Now it's time to get the miters cut in the side of the frame that's going to end up holding the panel that I'm putting in place. And now for the fun part of getting all this glued up. I found that it was easier to use the blue painter's tape just to hold it in place, and also add in a couple of brad nails to secure it while the glue dried. I went ahead and made sure I had the boards in the right orientation. The corner miters were cut as needed, and of course I marked everything as I went to make sure those miters were in the right direction and I didn't cut them backwards. I also found that it helped to use some clamps to tighten up the miter, get them in place, and hold them while I put in a couple brad nails just to keep everything nice and tight and clean. With the last of the side pieces being put in place, I can go ahead and get these set aside, let the glue dry and set, and then get them ready to sand and stain. After sanding and staining the frames, I can now get the panels put in place and get ready to secure those. And this is where the cutoffs for the mitered frame pieces came in really handy. Because this is temporary, these work great to be able to simply tack in place, and it keeps the panel nice and tight against the frame, and it'll also be easy to remove those when it comes time to building the final or the permanent framing for these panels. I decided to use an inset French cleat for these so they can, one, be held tight against the wall. I didn't have to add any additional hardware, and this will allow me to reposition them on the wall if needed and set them in the manner that I like.
All right, because I sometimes can't remember to actually hit the record button, you didn't see me cutting this stuff down for the backing with the insert for these panels. Uh, you can actually pick this up at any of your big box stores. I think when we purchased it a few years ago, they were only about $20 for the 4x8 panel, and it is a sound deadening material that we put underneath our floors when we redid the flooring, just to help with limiting some of the sound transfer with people just walking around in the kitchen, in the hallway, entryway, all that. And it's actually made quite a difference. I've had one sheet sitting around for about 3 years now that I didn't know what to do with, constantly moving it, and thought I would give this a try and see if it will help with deadening some of the sound in the office and produce or help to reduce some of the echoing, especially from behind my computer, and help me with some better quality recordings. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to get everything put up, and we'll see how it goes.
I measured the mating end for the French cleat to be just wide enough to attach to the studs. This gives me plenty of room to work with to slide the panels around and reposition them if I decide I need to.
We'll see if this helps. And I'll know more once I do the next voiceover as to where things are at. But here we go. If this does work and it does make enough of a difference, then I will end up buying some hardwood. I'll do something that more matches the office and the intended look for the office, and I will rebuild these to be a little bit nicer. I think I can probably go a little bit longer. Actually go with a 4-foot. If I turn it the other way around or rotate them 90 degrees, I think I can do 4 foot by 3 foot going the other way without much of an issue. And just give me a little bit more of a backboard to work with as far as cutting down some of the echo and some of those sounds. So, but yeah, we'll see how this works. Hopefully this turns out to be a solution that is going to work in this space. The room that I'm in right now is the smallest that we have. It's about a 10 by 10. It's almost too small to work with, but the other room that I intend on moving everything into is a bedroom right now for our grandkids when they come and spend the weekend. And so that's going to have to wait for a little while. But thank you for watching. I hope you liked what you saw. If you do and you feel I deserve it, please like, share, and subscribe. I would love to be able to get my channel up to 1,000. Hopefully by the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible, but your help with that would be greatly appreciated. And have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you.